So we're enjoying some of these, what are the little ones called? I always forget what we call them.
Little mandarin oranges?
Mandarin oranges. And can you see they have segments? And these are seedless, which is the best kind. It's kind of like life. When you peel a mandarin orange, there's 8 to 12 segments. Work, dad, being a man, being a husband, spirituality. And what happens is we have all of these things that we need to do in life. Once we get to a certain point, we tend to forget, and we fall into what I call these two segments, dad and provider trap. And we forget to be a complete and whole man. So instead of being the whole man, we put aside selflessly, but mistakenly, all the other aspects of ourself. And have you ever seen this work out well for a man?
No, it's there's always a distortion. It's always a distortion of reality. And I love what you're saying here because there's more to life than just those things. But the reason that we find ourselves there, trying to be the provider, trying to be the protector, trying to be the best husband, father, son, whatever it is because we have a honorable heart. We have a noble heart. We actually desire to show up in our life and do good. It's just that we get lost somewhere along the way and we lose part of ourselves.
Well, and you're right. There's nothing wrong with being the provider and the dad, but if that's the only way you show up, you are doing yourself and your loved ones a disservice. The other thing that this leads to is, well, I've got to provide them everything. And so we see men, I'm working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. You're never home.
Right.
So the greatest gift you can give, your full presence and being fully present with your children, with your wife, you don't give because you're never there. And you get into this, it is a treadmill that you can never get off of because you increase your spending to the point of the income level you're used to, because we got to have everything. Again, we believe the consumer lies, and it's not sustainable.
Well, and we also take away from others the things that they need to own for themselves. So let's say that your son or daughter wants a game console, little handheld travel console, and it's a couple of $100, right? Yeah. Sure, you could reach into your pocket and buy that for them and say, here you go, right? But they also have the opportunity to earn that money for themselves, buy it for themselves, own it for themselves, value it for themselves, right? And when we wear ourselves down, wear ourselves out, trying to give everybody around us everything, we not only deplete ourselves, but we take away from them the opportunity to experience life to its fullest, to experience and grow themselves to the fullest. And so not only are we hurting ourselves, but we're kind of indirectly taking away some benefit from someone else.
You're stunting their growth. And the best example I think everyone can relate to, think back to being in high school. I know I paid for my own vehicle, but there were certain people who were given a car. Did they treat that, cherish that, and respect that vehicle like the person who had been working for the last 2 to 3 years to buy their own car?
No.
Not at all. Never, ever. There's a rare exception.
Sure.
But the norm is if you earned it yourself, if you work for something, you value it more. And we have gotten to a society where we give because, well, we want them to have everything, which that's a whole different video, a whole different discussion, because that might not be the best plan. But helping them to earn it on their own, oh my, you're teaching them a lot of things that route.
We all have an individual life, and we may be in a family, we may be in a friendship, we may be in a relationship, and we are both headed in the same direction together, right? We're walking together.
Yep.
But we all have an individual life, and there's things that we need to experience in order to grow. So many times we're avoiding discomfort because it doesn't feel good. But through that discomfort comes growth and appreciation and valuing. And so we need to let other people be able to experience the things that they need to experience to grow too.
And all you have to do is look at trust fund kids. You'd think they have everything given to them, and there's tons of money, and they become depressed, they are addicted, they make the news for a lot of unpleasant things. And I've never, ever heard a young man say that he resented that his dad instilled a work ethic in him, that they had to work for things and weren't given anything. And when they're in their 30s, they are actually pretty well developed, grounded, and they're doing better in life than anybody who was given everything and never got challenged, never had the growth opportunities of having to do some things for themselves. So nothing wrong with being provider, protector. That's two of our roles as men, but it's not the only roles. And don't forget to be the lover, the flirty fun guy,
Right.
the one who dates his wife. So something to think about, men. There's going to be some links below. If you want to join one of the best communities online, or you want to talk to somebody, we talk to men every day, every week about these problems and help them reset, refocus, and really live the life they want to live.
Yeah. So click those links. Reach out. You're not alone.
All right. Have a great week, brother.